6'3" Brady Bird was very tough to take down on that play.
Tackled by number 38, Gary Smith.
Short dump off to the tight end cutting through the middle. We see that very often with Nick Wise.
Now the Eagles at the 37, 1st and 10, 8:50 left here in the half. Man in motion is Bird. The pitch goes to Gay. And not much gain there. I believe Chris Myers on the stop as well. So it'll be a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 38. Stephen looks to throw. The football has a man open again as that's David Fleet. Going to be about a 5-yard pass play. So the Eagles moving the football a little bit for this drive. So a big play coming for the Culver Military Eagles at 3rd and 4. They trail 15-0. So pass and good hit there. What a play by the Rocky defense. Tyrone Brindley on the reception, Gary Smith on the stop.
Beautiful stop by Gary Smith as he hit that receiver hard and just sent him to the ground.
Trailing by 15-0. You never know what you might see.
Jim Dunn is deep for CMA.
Another high snap. And a little better punt as it's high and is going to give his team some time to get down there as they cover it up inside the 30. So a good job there by the Eagle kicking team. Rockies will start off 1st and 10 from the 28.
It's a very interesting story as I was told today by a few of the football players that in practice yesterday, Randy Kane, normally how they kick off at the 40-yard line, practicing his kickoffs, he kicked the ball and it hit the goalpost as that is very impressive kicking power.
Very impressive is a good phrase. That's a heck of a boot.
That's a great sign off.
And a yard loss for the Rockies. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 27. 6 minutes remain in the first half. Wheedling wide right, or right left rather. And Funk is going to break through. He loses his footing and falls down over the 35, or could have been an even bigger gain.
Great job by Buddy Funk to break through. Unfortunately, Rhett Pling does an excellent job of hiding that football.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 2 from the 36. Funk again, and that's going to be very close to a Rocky first down.
I believe they will have the first down.
They're spotting it at the 40, so that will be a Rocky first down.
Later in this ball game, as with fewer members of their team, a lot of guys going both ways, they're going to tire out.
It looks like the football squirted loose, and it does, and the Eagles have the football, so Rockies will turn it over. The Eagles will start off in good field position, something they haven't had the luxury of doing yet tonight. See if the Eagles can do anything with the field position as they've moved the ball a little bit the last drive, but that's been it. And there's a pass, almost intercepted as it was tipped. Pass intended for Chris Gay. When I say Brady Bird, but I see number 24, Chris Gay, closer to the football.
I'm not sure. Obviously, our PA announcers.
2nd and 10. That's something you might expect is the Eagles to come out passing. Now a draw play and Zippo. Bill Bachman and Gary with the football. An obvious passing situation. And now on the keeper is not going to get close to the first down. Gary Smith with the tackle. Good open field tackle by Gary as he just rung him up.
Nice tackle by Gary Smith as not only is it 4th down, it looks like it's about 4th and 8.
So the football is tipped again. incomplete, so the Eagles will turn the ball over on downs. The Plymouth defensive line continues to do an excellent job.
Plymouth's defense is doing an excellent job, their line especially, but their linebackers are having a lot of great coverage out there, as we've seen a lot of the passes.
The Rockies start out at their own 34, 1st and 10. The Rockies trying to move the ball downfield here for another score before halftime. Buddy Funk pulls his way out to about the 37.
Gave it all he had on that run. Great spot by the officials.
And that is 2nd and 7 from the 37. There's a pass to Wise. Wise has some room as he's down over to the 30, and it's just a race now to the goal line, and Nick is going to win the race as the Rockies score another touchdown.
Great play by Nick Wise, as there's that play that we talked about earlier, dump off through the middle to the tight end, Nick Wise.
Wise showed some breakaway speed there, as it looked like the Eagle defense may catch up with him, and Nick turned the burners on and just outran everybody.
Nick Wise has great speed for a 6'3" sophomore.
And there goes the TD cannon. Randy Kane will attempt a point after out of the Kramer hold. Rockies with the 21-0 lead. Kane's kick is good, and the Rockies jump out here 22-zip over the Calder Military Academy Eagles. As you see on your clock, there's 2:28 left here in the half. We'll take this in our timeout. See Randy Kane preparing to kick off. I believe the deep man is Chris Gay. Strong boot by Kane, and it's going to be fielded inside the 5. I believe that's Gay. Missed tackles. Still a good stop by the Rocky defense. I think Tim Wheeling made on the stop.
Excellent hit by Tim Wheeling, as well as number 42, Daniel Weeks, the 5'9", 160. We saw Ryan Colvin slip at about the 10-yard line. Thought perhaps the returner could break around the end, but he met a brick wall.
So a pass play is almost intercepted by Mike Tremaine.
That ball would have been intercepted. I believe we would see a touchdown run right there by Mike Tremaine.
Maybe a 3-point bomb, a cannon shot every time.
Oh, I hope not.
So it's 2nd and 10, down to 2:03 left here in the half. Not much there for the Eagles. Bembry on the carry, number 20, which of course is not listed on the roster. Bachman in on the tackle, and I believe Gary Davids. Here will be 3rd and 9 from the Eagles' own 20. Minute 53 left. Missed a tackle as the Eagles are going to get out and be short of the first down.
Excellent run by Chris Gay. Unfortunately, he fell short of the first down, as Eagles have really been pulling some questionable plays tonight.
The Eagles line up in punt formation. Rockies are... And bad break for the Eagles as the snap goes into the end zone. And Rockies are going to fall on it. That'll be a touchdown for the Rockies. Who's that, Tim Sheehan?
I'm not sure. They got a pile down there. Let's see who it is. And it looks like it may be Tim Sheehan, and it is.
So, the Rockies were smart in saving that clock.
Tell you what, Tim Sheehan's made some very impressive fumble recoveries lately.
There it is.
Once again, that cannon blast, as I'm sure you'll be able to hear it through our microphones.
So the Rockies jump out here 28-zip. They'll go for the point after, Randy Kane. And it's blocked. So the Rockies will have a 28-0 lead with a minute 33 left here in the half. A step away. Randy Kane kicking off deep. Chris Gay is the deep man on the left, and a low line drive is going to be fielded at about the 10-yard line. That's Gay, and Gay is going to get wrestled down to the ground. Gary Davids and maybe Chris Myers, I believe.
I believe it was Chris Myers and Gary Davids. As a great kick by Randy Kane to keep it low and short, obviously preventing them from running the
running under a minute 15 remaining. At this point, I would think the Eagles might want to just down the ball a couple of times and regroup. But
well, obviously not, as they're looking to pass, but should be running the ball right about now.
On the carry for CMA, stopped by number 78, Gary Davids.
Oh, Gary Davids, another tackle inside 40 seconds. Remain in the half.
Eagles really struggling to get anything going tonight, defensively as well as offensively.
The quarterback lines up behind the wrong player. Might want to discuss that at halftime, too.
Very interesting play right there.
Now a flag in the Eagle backfield. Of course, the Eagles, this only being their third game, they start school a week later and have one less game than the rest of the area teams, and they certainly look like they're unraveling here as the half winds to a close.
CMA looks very confused out there, as I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback line up behind the wrong man.
You'd have been surprised if you had called out the signals.
That would have been very interesting.
I believe the Rockies declined, so it'll be 3rd and 14. And handoff to Brendley. The defense will take another timeout with 16 seconds left, and we will also step away. It's 4th and 7, and the Eagles will punt the football away. A much better snap that time as they get the punt off. It's a good high punt. It's going to just bounce about the 46 and die. So the Rockies offense will have 8 seconds to maybe try a couple of Hail Mary plays.
Looks like they'll definitely go for the Hail Marys. We usually see the Rockies go for that.
Rockies is, thus far, they have 28 points on the board. Castillo will throw the football. He throws it deep. He's got a man open and just overthrows Randy Kane. And that will end the first half as that play took all 8 seconds that was left. At the end of one half, as you see on your screen, the Rockies over the Eagles 28-0. We'll be back with a halftime show.
Randy Kane will be kicking off to start the second half for the Rockies.
Rockies did an excellent job the first half of really putting the ball in the end zone and doing an excellent job of keeping the Eagles anywhere near from the end zone.
Good kickoff and good coverage by the Rocky special teams. Gay fielded that ball about the 5-yard line. It's going to be about a 13-yard return. And once again, the Eagles will start in familiar territory, only this time a yard in closer at the 18.
As a result of the Rockies.
So the Eagles will start 1st and 10 at their own 18. It's a good pass as he tries to cut it back, and nice gain there by the Eagles. I believe that was Bird.
Pass is complete to number 80, Lee Harris.
Well, Lee Harris on the reception. So the Eagles come out here trying. Tim Weedling on the stop. The word in the press box is. I couldn't really tell.
It's okay, we can always cheat.
Yeah. And the keeper, Stapleton.
Good tackle by number 73, Steve Savoy, who really read that quarterback keeper right away.
The handoff to Gay, and Gay gets rung up. I believe Kramer and Tremaine on the stop. That'll be an Eagle first down, though. We're very close to one.
Should be a first down, but looks like they may measure it now with the spot that they gave them.
Well, they are bringing him out, or Inch. Of course, you've seen the Rocky defense able to handle it last week against Northridge in the closing moments as they went for the shutout and maintained it.
Guess we'll see how tough the defense actually is right here and holding them to short gains.
As a keeper by Stapleton, as I believe he did get the first down. He just charged straight ahead.
Not much you can do about those.
Chris Myers on the stop for the Rockies.
First and 10 for CMA. Next with formation in motion goes Gerd to the far side. And
Another keeper by Stapleton is not much there. Kramer, I believe, has the first hands on him.
Matt Kramer.
forward to the 43-yard line. He was taken down by Gary Davis. Themselves had an impressive drive to start the second half. Back split formation. Receiver near side, one far side, four Stapleton. He's a southpaw quarterback. And he rolls left.
Stapleton looks to throw the football. Almost intercepted. That was a good read. Who was that, Colvin?
I believe it was Ryan Colvin. That was an excellent read, as you said, as he was really streaking.
Another likely passing situation for the Eagles. This is real big for the Eagles. I'm sure they'd like to maintain this drive. It's a handoff to Gay, and Gay's got first down yardage. He's inside the 35, down about the 32-yard line.
I believe the tackle was made by number 22, Mike Tremaine, on that play. 55, Mike Ulrich, who is a senior for the Rockies, has entered the football game. He's sort of the emotional leader for the team.
Stapleton throws a football near interception again. There's Tim Wheatling on the coverage. 84. There's the man in motion for the Eagles. It's a screen pass to Brindley, I believe it is, and he's got another first down for the Eagles as they're moving the football to start this half out.
The Eagles are really moving the football now, and their passing game is becoming a little productive.
Mike. Oh, this has been an area where the Rocky defense have claimed that territory inside the 20 and have not given up a lot this year.
All season long, they've been very tough inside the 20-yard line.
Number 20, Tyrone Benbury on the carry.
Benbury again on the carry. A 5-yard gain.
Stopped by number 55, Mike Ulrich.
And then he's in the game right now, as I know he's been really awaiting this game. Homecoming, he really wants to make his debut impressive. Hopefully it'll become productive for him.
So 2nd and 5 from the Rocky 17. Stapleton keeps the football and is going to get run up inside the 20.
On the keeper for CMA, stopped by number 38, Gary Smith.
Maybe a yard or two.
And Stapleton gets it to the Rocky 12-yard line.
So this is the time for the Rocky defense to get pumped. 8:10 remains here in the third. Rockies up 28-zip. Although the Eagles are threatening. The handoff up the middle is not going to go anywhere. See if they got enough.
Looks like they should bring out the change for another measurement.
11. A challenge here for the Rocky defense. Benbury on the carry. Down inside the 10. About the 8-yard line.
Tackles made by number 12, Matt Kramer, and number 73, Steve Savoy.
So a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 8. Let's see what the Eagles do here.
So far, In motion, Bird to the far lane.
Bird's the man in motion. There's the pitch to Gay, and Gay's going to get rung up by Tim Sheehan. Good defensive play as Sheehan got through.
Great tackle by Tim Sheehan as he's really excited out there, as well he should be. He's doing a great job.
The play clock is going to run out, so a 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. I would say that's crucial at this point. And now the Eagles will call a timeout. 6:13 remaining. Rockies up. Play clock ran out. That was a very, very close call as I was keeping my eye on the play clock, and it had hit 0 just about the time that they called the timeout.
I was watching the play clock as well. I'm almost positive it hit 0, and then the whistles were blown.
So maybe a bit of break for the Eagles as they'll pass the football and overthrows his man by a good 3 or 4 yards. The pass was intended for Brady Bird, so that'll bring up a 4th and 7. One interesting thing I've noticed about the quarterback, and Eagles are going to go for it here, Adam, on 4th and 7.
Obviously, as we noticed, they didn't have a kicker on the roster. Well, they've had 2 chances to kick on 4th down, but they've gone for both of them.
Man in motion is Bird. They're going to try the end zone again, and a touchdown for the Eagles as Brembry on the reception. On the at least 7-quarter shutout string the Rocky defense had is now over.
That was a great play by the Academy. It's probably their second good play of the game, as that was a nice pass play from Steepleton to the receiver to make the touchdown as he outran Tim Weedling.
Let's see, it looks like the Eagles are going to set up for a point after. The Nick 2-1. And the point after attempt for the Eagles is a low line drive that may have scraped the crossbar, but nonetheless it is good, and the Eagles cut the Rocky lead down to 28-7. We'll take a pause. Myers and Funk up a little closer, about the 23. Nimberella to kick off, and a good boot. Colvin bobbles the football, picks it back up about the 15. A good block by Tremaine, and a good return, everything considered, by Colvin.
Good recovery by Ryan Colvin as we saw him fumble the kickoff. But fortunately, he's got that great speed as he was able to pick it up and take it for a good run.
Here in the third period. Castillo pitches back to Weedling. Weedling tries to run around the end, and not a lot of success on that play.
Tim Weedling ran for quite a few yards. Unfortunately, it was all towards the sideline, therefore he only picked up a yard, if that.
Looked like he might have stumbled a little bit after he got the penalty in the second quarter. Castillo will throw the football into coverage, and Gay intercepts it at about the 40. Funk and Castillo in on the stop. And a Rocky turnover will set up the Eagles up in good shape. You can see that coming.
Definitely. We saw coverage everywhere.
He made up for his miscue on that hit. The Eagles start there at the 16. Gay on the carry for the Eagles. Davis and Myers in on the spot. That'll be it's been a near capacity crowd here with the homestanding Rockies.
Plymouth has a great crowd, of course, for homecoming tonight.
That's a fumble that the Rockies are going to recover, so offsetting turnovers, I guess you could call that, with 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Rockies will have the football back with a 28-7 lead. We'll step away. start off at their own 13. It'll be 1st and 10. Castillo, the quarterback. And throws the ball downfield to Colvin and just overthrows Ryan by about a step. That would have been 6 points.
Very close plays. Even Ryan Colvin with his great.
I think we'll see that well before the season's over, though.
2nd and 10, ball in the 13.
Myers with the football is going to get out to about the 25. That'll be a Rocky first down. Again, Manny did a good job hiding the football.
Great job by Manny and a good run by Chris Myers, who's going to take over the duties of Ryan Stockberger tonight as he's feeling a little ill.
26. Just under 3.5 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. It's a handoff to Myers again. Myers runs into a wall. Number 53, I believe. Or 55, rather, Jay King.
Excellent tackle by Jay King as he read where Chris Myers was going right away. They hit the ground first as they sort of stood up together.
Second down. Myers again. And that's going to be a first down. The extra effort award goes to Chris Myers there.
Great extra effort by Chris Myers to lunge forward and pick up that first down.
Stopped by number 87, Lawrence Laughlin. 1st and 10.
So the Rockies on the... Ryan Palmer all wide to the near side. Right up the middle goes Buddy Funk, and Buddy is going to get plenty of yards as he's inside the Academy 40.
Excellent job by Buddy Funk. Pick up the run, and he'll get to about the 39-yard line of the CMA.
Yeah, they're working an official short. The guy that slipped and fell has not gone back into the game. So Castillo will drop back and look to throw the football. Well, it's going to be intercepted once again. Still on his feet and finally brought down across the 40, about the 42-yard line. That was Steepleton on the interception. Manny had a lot of time to throw, but receiving core was pretty much covered up.
Manny had all the time in the world.
Eagles some opportunities. Oh, almost intercepted is another. Rocky got a hand on an Eagle attempt.
Not sure how many deflections we've seen tonight, but the Rockies have batted away a number of passes that could have been very close to being intercepted.
Stephen looks to pass, a little screen, Brimbley. Let's kind of go for about a 4-yard gain. Big third down attempt for the Eagles.
Definitely a big third down attempt for the Eagles, but I don't know, the way we've seen things going tonight, if they get that 4th down, they'll probably go for it.
Near disaster there. Now the pass is going to be short. Intended receiver was David Sleet. Like Steepleton had trouble with that snap all the way. Jim Denman is the punter for the Eagles. Just a high, short punt. And it hits and pretty much dies, and the Rockies will start off in pretty good shape, about the 35. 9 seconds remain here in the third period. We'll step away for this ball. And the play clock had started. Rockies let the third quarter in. Rockies 28, the Culver Military Academy Eagles 7, as you see there on your screen. We'll be back with the 4th and final quarter here from Rocky Field after this pause. Ball 1st and 10 from the 36.
Decent field position once again for the Rockies, as we saw the third punter, I believe, of the game for CMA. Only this time it was a 15-yard punt.
Up the middle. Buddy Funk. That was a strong run by Buddy. That'll be an 8-yard gain by Funk, so it'll be 2nd and 2 from the 44. Weedling's the man in motion. Castilla hands off to Myers. Myers tries to cut it. The inside is going to get brought down. Looks like a Rocky first down. Again, the main workhorse for the Rockies is Ryan Stockberger, and he's a bit under the weather here. It's a handoff to Myers on the draw, and that was read well by the Academy. We might have lost a little bit there, actually.
Looks like they'll spot it right at the line of scrimmage or a few inches behind.
You see, we'll throw the football and just behind Nick Wise a little bit. That was a bullet.
That was a great pass by Manny Castillo. Unfortunately, Nick Wise couldn't come up with it.
That's a pretty good bet here. The Rockies will go airborne. Castillo does drop back to throw the football and overthrows his man. That was Buddy Funk, the intended receiver, and just led him a little bit too far. It was good coverage by the Eagles.
Definitely good coverage by the Eagles as Manny had a lot of time.
All away, it'll be Randy Kane. Hank Steveland deep for the Eagles. The punt was nearly blocked. Steveland calls for a fair catch inside the 20, about the 19. So once again, familiar territory. Seems like about half a dozen times, at least.
20-yard line.
Eagles start out 1st and 10 from their own 18. And not much there. They tried to run the ball right. It's like Steve Savoy on the tackle. Eagles defense has done a good job as the Rockies haven't scored this half.
Yeah, they're doing a real good job. And unfortunately for the Rockies, they've had a few turnovers, though.
Little screenplay to Brembry, and he's going to get upended short of the first down.
I believe the hit was made by Buddy Funk. Excellent tackle. Back run a counter, but that's pretty much it.
It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Eagles from their own 27, and it's like a near busted play that's not going to go anywhere. There appear to be some confusion on that play to you?
Well, I thought maybe there might be some confusion. Perhaps he handed off to the wrong running back. Although we couldn't see the fake, it'd be very risky.
It's like Mike Tremaine and Ryan Colvin are the deep men for Plymouth. Hit a punt, kind of shanked her off the side of his foot as it hits midfield. Going to be fielded by Colvin. Colvin tries to explode away. He does. Still on his feet, and now he drops the football. The Rockies got a break there as they recovered it. It's like the ball probably a little bit wet, just slipped out of Ryan's hand.
I'm not sure. I don't know if Ryan Colvin even knew he fumbled that football. It
almost looked like he wanted to dump it off of the guy trailing.
Looked like he just kept on.
Ball game. 28-7 lead for Plymouth. They'll start off 1st and 10 from their own 49. That was an odd-looking thing, actually. So the Rockies can put together a decent downside tonight. It has been the turnovers. Rockies are lucky that it really hasn't cost them more than the 7 points the Eagles have.
Definitely the 2 interceptions we saw, sort of a reminder of the Warsaw game.
There's Buddy Funk, and he's got all sorts of daylight as he's 20-10, and the Rockies are going to score on the Buddy Funk run from the 49-yard line, and Rocky offense back in business.
Beautiful touchdown run by Buddy Funk, and just as we were talking about, another touchdown putting the game out of reach. I think right there we've just seen it.
That was a 51-yard touchdown run by Buddy Funk. That's still not the longest from scrimmage this year. I believe is Adam Flinches.
Of course, I heard that cannon once again. Forgot all about that.
I think the Rockies' longest run for a touchdown this year was Myers against Warsaw. I believe that was about 60. But we'll take the 51-yarder by Buddy. The Rockies lead here 34-7. Randy Kane attempt a point after. And straight through. The Rockies take a 35-7 lead, actually, with 7:22 left here in the fourth. We'll step away. Welcome back as the Rockies prepare to kick off. Randy Kane, the deep man for the Eagles, is Chris Gay. Another good, strong kick. It's going to be fielded about the 5 by Gay. Missed tackle, but not that time.
Beautiful hit. I'm not sure who it was. It was an excellent tackle.
I think the first man missed him, but the second guy didn't.
Chris Gay returns the ball for CMA. Scott.
Really picking up the game for the Rockies tonight.
There's a pitch and nothing there. Pitch went to Brembry.
Tim Sheehan, I believe, with the tackle. He's made some very big plays tonight.
Well, the Eagles are looking at second, incidentally, is the team that knocked the Rockies out of the playoffs last year.
I can imagine the Rockies are really going to go for some revenge next week, as no one expected the Rockies to lose to Wawasee last year, and they pulled some surprises. It'll be interesting.
Of course, the Rockies played over there twice last year, as they played there during the regular season and went over there. And
a couple of games ago, what happened was the Rockies were looking ahead to the next round, not worrying about the game on hand.
So I'm sure there'll be a little revenge factor next week. And more good defense by the Rockies. That looked like Mike Ulrich.
Number 55, Mike Ulrich, an excellent tackle.
By number 55, Mike Ulrich.
They're at the 26.
I'm going to take a guess they're going to pull a fake right here with only 4th and 4.
Number 20, Ryan Colvin.
Sheehan almost blocked that punt. It's fielded at the 40 by Tremaine. Tremaine is going to get rung up about the 47. Like Don Perigo on the stop.
Run back for the Rockies, stop by number 63, Don. 32, Stockburger's number down.
Just been informed that Buddy Funk is now wearing Stockburger's number for whatever reason. We're not clear on. But number 32 is not Ryan Stockburger. And Myers almost breaks it. He's down to the 35-yard line. Chris Myers with some explosive speed of his own.
Great run by Chris Myers. Looked as though it may be about 15, 17-yard gain by Chris Myers.
By number 12,
His time is winding down. Plenty of time, though, for more points.
I'm sure they want to put more points on the board and impress their coaching staff.
Bad snap as Kramer's in the game now at quarterback for the Rockies. He wasn't able to handle that snap. Luckily, the Rockies had Chris Myers fall on the football, so they'll retain possession.
Looks like Chris Myers may be hurt on this play, but he's not.
So once again, Matt Kramer, the new quarterback for Plymouth. 2nd and 11 from the 37. Man in motion's Mike Tremaine. There's a pitch back to Funk. Funk is going to get hit hard at the 35. That was Chris Gay on the stop. He put a pretty good stick on Funk.
Very familiar name for...
Now Colvin's wide left. Kane on the near side. 3rd and 7. See if we'll get to see the arm of Matt Kramer here as he drops back to throw the football, and caught by Randy Kane. That'll be a Rocky first down at the 25.
From Matt Kramer to number 9, Randy Kane.
That was a well-placed pass. 2:42 left. Flags are down, as I believe that's not going to do anything, as Mike Tremaine's going to make the end zone, but I believe had motion on the Rockies, so that will call that one back.
He was very productive against Northridge, but tonight it looks like really all the Rockies have needed is the running game.
First and 15 now for the Rockies.
It's a handoff to Myers. Myers threads his way through inside the 25. Going to be brought down about the 23-yard line. That'll be about a 7-yard gain for Chris.
Stopped by number 55, Jay King.
This is nice to know this week when we get to about that 2-minute warning time.
Not a lot to sweat about. It's a handoff to Myers again. Myers is going to get gang tackled at about the 15-yard line as he has 3 Eagles on top of him. There's a handoff straight up to Funk, and Funk spins and gets in the end zone for another Rocky touchdown. What a move by Buddy Funk. Or Mike Tremaine, I'm sorry.
Mike Tremaine, he's got to be happy with that as he just made up for the touchdown run that was called back as a result of a penalty.
He did get it back.
Excellent spin move to keep his balance and go in for the touchdown.
I think it's a spin that got me off. I thought it said 32, and number 22, Mike Tremaine, gets on the board for the Rockies. For Adam's favorite thing.
Oh, I tell you what.
Yeah, point after is good.
30 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
I don't believe the scoreboard is right. I have them down for 4. Well, we can take credit for being right for once. This homecoming crowd is very, very happy here at Plymouth tonight.
Another great kick by Randy Kane.
That was almost disaster for the Eagles there. Well, this one's just about in the books with 1:27 remaining. Eagles will look to throw the football, and a lot of pressure. And nearly intercepted by the Rockies. Mike Tremaine. Go back to that touchdown run by Tremaine, though. That was a tremendous spin move to get in the end zone.
Excellent spin move by Mike Tremaine as we see yet another running back showing what he can do out there for the Rockies.
Here in the fourth quarter. There's a long pass, and coverage by Tim Wheeling tipped it out of bounds.
Excellent coverage right there. Hank Steepleton went for it all.
Wheeling really climbed the ladder on that play. Third and 10 from the 20. Minute 15 remains in the ball game. I believe we have an official's timeout. Now we're ready, and intercepted by Colvin. Colvin cuts it back to the near side, and the Rockies are going to get on the scoreboard again on the Ryan Colvin interception return. And boy, the Rockies look good here tonight, don't they, Adam?
They're looking very good. As another interception by the Rockies. This time Ryan Colvin ran it in for the touchdown. Looks like we have an injury on the field. It looks like player's limping. Looks like he'll be okay though.
twice, and twice it's been taken away.
I believe we had clipping against the Rockies, which will take away the touchdown.
That's the second touchdown the Rockies have had called back tonight.
Coach Conant very upset.
Yes, he is. He's wanting a penalty, minute 08, or 108 remaining. This thing's deteriorating for me quickly here. Kramer on the handoff to Tremaine. Mike's going to get inside the 15. We'll see if the Rockies can hit that 48 mark for the third time this evening.
Hopefully they can put a touchdown on the board and just get the 48 up there, so we'll erase all this confusion.
We're down. There's a handoff. Mike Tremaine on the carry.
Stopped by number 54, Matt Sloan.
Clock continues to run. That may be the end of this one as we're down to 10. Rockies are starting to take the gear off, and I would say that'll be the end of this ball game as now time expires and the Rockies come away with a convincing win over the Colvin Military Academy Eagles, 42-7, and their ball game.
Very impressive game for the Plymouth Rockies. They did everything they possibly could do on offense and defense as well. Only bad points we can pick out are the turnovers as a result of the Rockies. A few interceptions and a couple fumbles here and there, but fortunately it didn't do any harm to the Rockies as the Eagles couldn't produce anything.
And once again, the score could have been a lot worse than this 42-7 as the Rockies the opening kickoff of the game, the Rockies ran in for a touchdown that was called back on a clip call, and the one here in this quarter by Tremaine, which Mike got back. But very impressive outing.